Hey, this is me building and strategizing my 400k per year profit solo consulting business right in front of your eyes. And what you're watching right now is a daily video series that follows the exact framework. I start by answering your questions. This means that you can ask a question down below in the comment section and then I'll answer it in tomorrow's video. It's a pretty good engagement hack and it gets me to connect with you and help you out a little bit. Then I'll run you through my business stats. It's basically just me tracking the daily growth of my social channels together with my financials. And then I run you through my to-do list. So basically just what I did today and what I'll be doing tomorrow in order to get to $1 million a year in personal profit, which is my current target. Following these two rules that I've set for myself, because I've already taken two of my previous coaching businesses to more than 100k per month, but it was with a very large team and low profit margin. So I want to do things a little bit differently this time. So that's what you're watching right now. This is the daily updates channel. So what I always do is that I head into the comments and then I find a comment that I haven't interacted with. For example, from Singh here that asks, hey Fred, quick question. How do you track your leads? Basically, what CRM do you use? And what CRM would you recommend someone starting out to use who doesn't want to spend up a ton of money just yet? And then Daniel actually commented, to be honest, bro, just use Notion. When starting out, you don't need proper software. And I completely agree, bro. If it's for yourself and you're just starting out, there's no need for you to spend 10, 15, all the way up to like $100 a month for a CRM system, because I can imagine, bro, that you're getting the majority of your clients through manual outbound outreach. And what I would do, bro, if I were you, is that I would, when you're doing manual outreach, right, it's a good combination of quality and quantity. You want to reach a lot of people, but you also want to make sure that you don't burn any bridges by having like a very generic outreach message. So you, of course, want to bring value to these people and connect with them on a good note. I think the perfect fine line of outbound and manual outreach is connecting with 30 to 50 people per day, preferably using voice notes, personalized videos, or really connecting with these people, like going above and beyond in terms of really giving them something of value instead of just bullshitting with like generic messages. Everyone on this planet checks their requests. Like I also check my requests, and I guarantee you most business owners do, because a lot of good stuff can end up in the request channel on Instagram. So if you just stand out and if you actually make the time, for example, to make a personalized, well-made, high-value video that actually solves a problem for, let's say, me, I'll give it a watch. Like I'll watch through it, and you can probably get your point across in 1 to 2 minutes. I don't want to watch 10 minutes of a stranger. But if you can do it properly in 1 to 2 minutes, I'm all ears, you know? So I think, bro, do it with that in mind. So for tracking, bro, what you want to do is that you want to track the top 10 to 20% of the best leads that you reach out to. Because everyone watching this channel has started somewhere, right? Maybe you're a beginner, maybe you're doing 10, 20K a month, maybe you're doing 5K a month, maybe you have one client, whatever it is. All of us went through manual outreach and connecting with clients, trading time for clients, which is money, so that you can trade money for more money, right? So what I'm trying to say is that everyone kind of like knows what a good prospect is and isn't. Because when you're reaching out to 30 to 50 people a day, there will maybe be 10% of these people that are like, I would give my right arm to work with this person, you know, like because their foundation is perfect, their engagement is good, their offer is dialed in. They are maybe doing good numbers already from what you can tell from their profile, but they are not running any paid ads. They're maybe not even using YouTube. They don't have an active story. You're like, I can help this person so much. And then there are like people who are like mid. You're like, they tick the boxes. I can help them, but it's okay. And then they're like bad leads, quote unquote, where it's like not necessarily bad leads, but where you feel like I could maybe sell them some consulting. I could maybe help this person out with like a one-time setup, smaller package, just to like get the ball going for this person. So you have these different categories that when you're doing a large volume of outbound, reaching out to, let's say, 250, 300 people a week, which is 1,000 to 1,200 per month, you should probably build a list of like 50 to 100 people every single month that is like top 1% people that you follow up on their stories, you reach out to them with even more value, you keep them warm for eternity, bro. So you just want to have a Google sheet with some notes and then basically like a link to their Instagram profile, and then like super manual, use Notion sheets for like the last date that you contacted the person and then when to follow up again. What I like to do when I did manual outreach, I like to had I found it a little bit confusing to have follow-ups every single day. So what I did is that I had follow-ups every Tuesday and Fridays. So on Tuesdays I would check in with people after the weekend. Mondays are typically very busy for business owners. So I would always do Tuesday and be like, hey, hope you had a good weekend, back on track. Did you manage to see the video that I sent over? Or I would do it Friday, so basically just like bump up my message before they hit onto weekend. So like Friday morning, so like, hey, I just wanted to check in before the weekend if you managed to see my video. It's not going to do any tremendous and improve your outreach and get you five new clients next week. I'm just sharing what worked for me back then, to have like separate days of follow-ups so that I dedicated extra time for that. And I would always just reach out to my dream client list, kind of with these like 100 to 200 prospects where I just like would follow up with them. Like, to be honest, I followed up with people for like 8 or 12 months. Like, either you buy or you die in a video game. I don't know if I can say this. But it's like, I had a guy that actually became a client in my agency after 9 months because he respected the hustle so much. Like, I would send the guy a video or like an email. I remember every Friday it was like on my to-do list because it was such a good prospect. And I had already been on a call with him after like, I think 1 month of outreaching where we had a really good connection, but it just wasn't the right time. So I would just follow up with the guy for like 9 months and then he became a client. So pretty cool dude. It was back then when I offered short form content also to web shops like UGC, and I had no clue what I was doing, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So I hope I hope that makes sense. It's the only question today, so I wanted to just dive in a little bit. And Daniel, you're a real G for commenting and giving people advice. That's early signs of a true leader right there. The next on the to-do list is business stats. So my daily updates channel is currently sitting at 375, and my main YouTube channel is currently on 6,443. So what we do is that we head into this big master sheet. I'm sorry, my roommate Anton, who's also a partner of my agency, is currently unboxing his dinner here. So that's what you can hear. I always track 1 day behind, right? So for the main YouTube channel, we grew with 2 subs. Wow, retire me. There we go, and the exact same for for the Instagram. Nice. Yesterday I didn't make any money and I didn't spend any, so what a day to be alive with a break-even day, huh? Which is fine. It's all good. If you've been watching the series, you know that I'm currently full capacity for working with me one-on-one, which is the only offer that I have, and I'm currently spending all of my time on building my program and creating SOPs and assets and guides. So yeah, that is basically what I did today. On Thursdays I have no calls. I had one phone call today, pretty briefly, 30 minutes that I had to attend, but other than that, it was just actually today was a very slow day. I worked in the morning and did some stuff done on the ads masterclass that I'm working on. It's a pretty heavy one because it will be multiple videos and modules inside of my program, and I'll also host a masterclass for my community on paid ads. So basically the workflow is create guide for community, present it, get their feedback, update the guide based on feedback, turn it into modules that is more applicable and more about the implementation rather than the information. So let's say that I'm talking about retargeting ads. It's important for me that people understand why you should run retargeting ads, the importance of retargeting ads, but more so I want to give people exact frameworks word by word that they can fill out based on their offer or niche or audience size or retargeting budget and what creatives they want to run, and then also a guide on actually how to set it up, right? So it's not just info on why, but it's the best of both worlds. So create guide, present feedback, update guide, and then basically split it into separate video modules. So like ads, for example, when you think about ads, there are multiple different parts to an ad, right? There is like cold traffic ads, retargeting ads, there is the importance of tracking ads, there is how to do ad creatives and which creatives to use for different stages of awareness depending on budget. Budget is a separate one. So like you can see that there's a lot of moving pieces when speaking about like just ads, you know. And I think for example, the majority of programs that I've been in and I've bought like the big guys' program. I've spent 70K or something of my own money on programs. It's always been like one video about ads, which is cool, right? But it doesn't really nail the point of why, how, and all the moving pieces towards ads, for example. So I want to make sure that like every single person that watches this module or videos about ads gets the same conviction and philosophy that I have towards ads, because I know if I can give that to people, it will be the most valuable thing that they will ever receive, right? Because I've made the majority of my money through paid acquisition, and paid acquisition is the only reason to why I have a really good business today. Of course, there are a lot of other things, but I would definitely put paid ads as like a top 3 factor in the growth of my business, and also everything else, personal development, skill set, right? So that was just a quick note on why I'm spending so much time on these things, and also challenging myself. But also a note to basically after the morning work block, I didn't really do anything today, to be completely honest, other than answering my clients, because I've also learned a lot about myself since like starting and running a business. And I think half a year ago or a year ago, I would have forced myself to work, even though that I didn't feel like it at all, and felt a little bit off. But over the last few months here, I'm just trying to, if I have an off day where I can feel like the creative output is simply not there, then I'm like, hey, I'm not going to brute force through work, especially not something that has to do with program and articulation and creating stuff. So today I just like took a step back, just answered clients, did like very like maintenance work. And then, that's the only thing I did. Then I watched the Tour de France, and then I played some League of Legends with Anton, and like just like took a little bit more of like an off day, because that's what I needed, instead of just like pushing through at all times. So it's not to say that every time you don't feel like working, you shouldn't, because then you wouldn't get a lot of work done. Like I know, but I also know the difference within my body, where it's like it's some like small resistance towards work, where it's like, okay, let's get it. And in terms of like, I'm not feeling it at all today. And then it's not like I'll go to bed and then lay there for 6 hours, right? It will be more so of like, I will. Vil du tage døren, Brett? Vil du tage døren, bro? Vil du tage døren? En der ringer på. So sorry, someone is at the door, and Anton had headphones on, and I'm here, right? I'm recording this thing. So I think what I've learned is just there's a balance, right? And sometimes I can push through, and sometimes I shouldn't. And when I have an off day, I don't want to go like completely off and like not do anything. So then I just do maintenance task. So like client work and emails and like these things that doesn't require any brain power. It just requires me showing up. And then like I also still feel like I'm getting something done, which is important for my mental state. So I hope that helps people. That was enough. That was probably the strategy for today, which is nice. So I hope you're crushing it. I hope that you are moving the needle within your business. If not, don't focus on your bank account or a client side. Focus on doing the right things every single day, and then you'll outwork everyone, and then you'll also get more than everyone. This is a 10-15 year play. Don't get fooled by people telling you that you can get shit done in a year. You can, and you can go fast in a year, but it would help you a lot more if you could just 10 years, please. So that's the note we'll end today with, and then we'll see each other tomorrow.